Welcome back. You tune into Markets at Noon with me, Ankita Saxena. Well, it's World's EV Day today, and let's get you some through how the country has really adopted EV so far. Now, remember, the government is targeting a 30% EV penetration by 2030. Well, is that goal really achievable, and how are we placed in the EV revolution right now? My colleague Vashisha is joining in with the details of that. Take it away, Vashisha.
Well, yes, it's the 9th of September, World EV Day, so we decided to take stock of how India has adopted EV over the last few years versus global average and what are the triggers for the industry going forward. If you look at the latest data, in 2016, just 50,000 electric vehicles were sold. This shot up to nearly 21 lakh in FY26, in 25 rather, and this year so far, nearly 10 lakh electric vehicles have already been sold. So that's the kind of ramp up we have seen in electric vehicle sales over the last several years, and this is only expected to inch higher going forward as well. Remember, Vahan data suggests that we have seen 32% CAGR between FY23 and 25 as far as electric vehicle sales is concerned. So 32% CAGR, that's the kind of growth that India's electric vehicle industry has reported. Now, as far as India's penetration is concerned, it is very low as compared to global average, which stands at 16.5%, with India's penetration of electric vehicles at just about 7.5%. So that's very low as compared to global standards. Apart from that, let's also put the spotlight on a whole host of other factors. Then infrastructure continues to remain a problem. There are just 29,277 public chargers available. That implies one charger for every 222 electric vehicles. So infrastructure continues to remain a problem and a challenge for the industry. The government, of course, is working to ramp up the infrastructure as well. As far as segment-wise penetration is concerned, three-wheelers have highest adoption rate at about 61.5%, two-wheelers at about 8%, passenger vehicles and commercial vehicles in low single-digit, anywhere between 2 to 5%. But three-wheelers clearly are bucking the trend as far as electric vehicle adoption in that particular category is concerned. Now, as far as the outlook going forward is concerned, Niti Aayog says that they are aiming for 30% sales share in electric vehicles by FY30 or calendar year 2030. So that's an ambitious target Niti Aayog has laid down in order to increase EV adoption going forward. Two-wheelers, electric three-wheelers, buses, urban freight, saturation in cities, easy financing that is available, and charging scale-up. These are some of the factors that will drive EV adoption over the next few years. And remember, government has also come out with several support measures as well over the last few years. So in 2015, government came up with FAME 2. This was revised with FAME 3, FAME 2, which was going on till 2024, and 10,900 crore PM e-drive scheme is also currently underway until 2026. So government clearly has come up with a whole host of measures to drive electric vehicle sales going forward as well. And in the recent GST announcement, remember, GST was retained on electric vehicles at just 5% versus other vehicles at 18%, and super luxury cars which were taxed at 40%. But for electric vehicles, it continues to remain low at that 5% mark. Several global giants continue to eye India's electric vehicle pie. Recently, we had VinFast with its aggressive pricing entered into the Indian market. BYD continues to eye expansion, and we also have Tesla, which has also entered into the Indian market with a lower price point products. So yes, India's electric vehicle story is firm, and Niti Aayog is now targeting 30% sale of shares of electric vehicle out of the total pie by 2030.